Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in again to this very exciting episode of Yoga with Amy, because in today's short video I'm going to show you how to do a downward dog. And this is a posture that is in almost every single yoga class that you'll go to, and it's a very challenging posture, especially for people who are beginners to yoga and people who perhaps have tightness around the shoulders and maybe the tight hamstrings as well. So I'm going to show you a few pointers to help you master this one. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to look at is the plumb line, which is the line from the centre of the crown of the head all the way down the body. And I can show you this by being in Vajrasana, which is a kneeling pose. And you're just going to come into a kneeling position, if that feels okay for your knees. And then you're going to inhale and just have a gentle lift with the spine. This is gentle, meaning that you're not doing this to try and lift up. You're just gently lifting up and you're gently pulling your belly button towards your spine. And then allow your shoulders to relax. And you'll notice now you have this beautiful plumb line, got this beautiful long line going all the way from the top of the crown of your head right the way down, and your spine is in a natural S shape. Once you've got this beautiful plumb line, I want you to inhale, raise the arms up, pushing the palms of the hands to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down. Inhale, raise the arms up again. Keep your gaze pointing forwards. Exhale down. Inhale, raise the arms up again. Every time you do this, just see if you can get your hands about vertical, and exhale down. And don't worry if they don't get there. Often if there's a lot of mobility issues with the shoulders or there's been an injury, then it is really difficult to get your arms there, so don't worry. Inhale and then exhale down. And then you can take a few circles with one arm all the way around. And again, that just helps to loosen off the shoulders. Be careful not to hunch the shoulder all the way up to the ear. Keep a lot of space in the neck. So that's something that we're going to think about in our downward dog pose. And then do that on the other side as well. So you're going to inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just notice where you are at with your shoulder mobility. You might be somebody like me who has quite hypermobile arms and shoulders, in which case you've got a different set of challenges. And then we're going to start to come into the posture.
Yeah.
Beginning in tabletop position, and just as we were when we were sitting up on our knees, you're going to think about this beautiful long plumb line, only it's going this way this time. So you've got a line drawing all the way from your pelvis all the way to the centre of the crown of your head with a natural S curve in your spine, which means that you're not dipping down like this because that goes too far into the shoulders, and then you're also not rounding like this. So you're finding that neutral place in between. Once you've found your tabletop position, just check that the 10 fingers are really pressing into the mat, especially the thumb and forefinger. And then you're going to tuck your toes, and we're just going to have a little play with it. So don't worry about what you look like, just see. And one thing I will say is that we're going to keep a deep bend in the knees when we go into downward dog, because we're really going to work on getting the plumb lines, that really beautiful long spine in the downward facing dog. And so it's much better to keep a bend in the knees, especially to start with, in order to get that. Inhale and start to lift the knees, engaging the core. And exhale, lift your hips up and back into downward dog. So you're going to need a couple of moments just to work it out here. So just to find that ease and comfortability in the posture. You may want to walk your hands forward slightly. So engaging all 10 fingers and rotating the upper biceps outwards, you're going to bring your heart towards the mat and just allow your head to relax here. So again, you're forming that lovely line right the way from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, keeping a bend in the knees in order to do that. And then if you do want to work into your hamstrings, you can just start to slowly walk one foot and then the other. And over time you'll find that by practicing downward facing dog, you will be able to get your heels further towards the ground. But for now, just focus on this upper body, that beautiful lift with the spine. You may want to have a rest now, as it is a really challenging posture. But what we are trying to find with the posture is, obviously our body is in this position. We're trying to find a nice equal balance between the front body and the back body. We need to be able to feel comfortable and steady within the posture. So now we have figured out what our body's supposed to be doing with the posture. We'll talk a little bit about the breath. Personally, I like to imagine the breath entering the body right from the top of my head when I'm in this position and travelling down towards the lungs and then out through the feet, and then on an inhale travelling up through the feet and then back up the body. So if you try that little breathing visualization, it should hopefully help you to find a little bit of ease and steadiness within the posture. So let's give that a go. Coming back into your beautiful tabletop position with everything aligned, you're going to tuck the toes under, inhale here, exhale, lift the knees and take the hips up and back into your downward dog. Again, take a moment to get comfy here, grip into all 10 fingers, rotate the biceps outwards so that you're creating lots of lovely space around the neck. Bring the belly button to the spine gently, and then take the gaze down, looking in between your legs, just so that you've got that lovely long spine here. And then as you breathe, you can imagine the breath entering from the top of the head, travelling all the way up the body, through the spine and out through the feet. And with every breath, just imagine the breath travelling all the way through the lines of the body, from the crown of the head towards the feet, allowing yourself to find some ease and steadiness within the posture. You can close the eyes here if that helps. Take 5 breaths, and on your next exhale, lower the knees down, come back to tabletop. And to take a rest, you can bring your hips back into child's pose. So hopefully, by showing you what your body's supposed to be doing and then how to also think about the breath within downward dog, I've helped you to find a little bit of comfort and steadiness within the posture, which is what we're always trying to find within every yoga posture. And this one especially, I think, is very challenging. So don't worry if you don't look like somebody else next to you in the class who's doing downward dog. Our bodies are all very different, but as long as you're engaging the right parts of the body, the hands, the arms, bringing the shoulders down the back, and you've got that lovely long spine, then you're doing everything right. So keep going. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye!